Okay, we're here with Gayle Julian from Jewel Bait Company. He's going to tell us what is coming up for Jewel Bait Company as far as new baits for 2010-2011.
One of the new things we've got is kind of a modified, improved version of what we came out with a couple years ago called the Hyper Hook, which is a hook designed with a hyper pin keeper and a hyper cone for hollow body swim baits and frogs and toads and things like that. We're actually building version 2, which has got must have came out with a brand new hook this last year that's got it's got a wide gap bend, but it's got more of a straight O'Shaughnessy style bend to it. And we're going to put that hook into the hyper hook, into our swim bait hook. It's a wide gap, so it'll fit through the body of those bigger swim baits better. It'll also work good on toads and frogs and hollow body things like that, or solid body. So that's new. And then of course the hyper cone is now in all the packages for that. So it's a cone that slips on the pin after you impale the pin through the nose of the hollow body. You slip the cone on the back of the pin and it just locks it in there tight so it doesn't come off. So that's new. We are going to be introducing a new grande type series of football jigs that's going to have the J-lock keeper system. It's going to have a heavier hook. Well, the next size bigger hook. It's our custom hook. We put in our 1 ounce football. We're not going to put it in our 5/8, 3/4, and also 1 ounce. And then we've got a new skirt system that is actually a hand-tied copper wire tied skirt system that we're going to be doing on those. And then of course with the addition of the J-lock on the football series, it will allow us to put all the weight concentrated all in the head. And that's what that J-lock allows us to do. It's a real manufacturing benefit because we don't have to have lead down the shank anymore for a keeper. We put all that weight right in the head, and so on a football jig, that's a good thing. We can really balance it to where it's going to roll and rock over cover better. And then of course your trailer won't slip down because of the J-lock. And the new hand-tied skirt's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that's new. Let's see what else. The thing you were wondering about. we are prototyping a swim jig right now. It's going to answer the calls that we've gotten for swim jigs. We're building it with a slightly heavier hook than what's in swim jigs now, so guys can use braid and get these fish out of that grass, because most guys that's fishing this grass and swimming jigs on top of it use braid or heavy fluorocarbon, and a lot of the jigs that are out there right now have a pretty light wire hook in them. This is going to have a heavier hook, and it's got a head design that's kind of like the bow of this boat we're sitting in right now. It's got most of the weight toward the back. It comes up on top real easy and stays on top real easy. It's actually got a side-to-side swimming action to it, which is important. So that's coming to that. Will also have the J-lock, so you can put your slide your trailer up on there, lock that in, and jerk all you want to with braid, and your skirt or your trailer's not going to move. So that's a new product. And we're using a different material on that jig than we've used on any of the jigs previous, as far as what we're casting it out of. So we're experimenting right now with 3 or 4 different things to see how we want it to weigh, the action we want to have, and the balance we want to have, based on the material we use. So that's new. So we're pretty excited about that. Matter of fact, that was one of the products that Kevin Short used in his recent win on Pickwick. Before the water dropped down out of the grass, he was actually able to locate those bigger fish with that swim jig. Of course, when the water dropped down out of the grass, he went to the cypress trees and cypress knees and caught them on a crankbait. But he said that finding those fish early with that jig was very instrumental in helping him to win that. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Excellent.